Whew, boy, that cut off quick. Wow, and my volume is loud. Okay. I was hoping I would get that fixed. I've been pushing buttons and playing with the volume. You know me. I gotta push buttons. By the way, if you don't know me, guess what? This is Grammy, and I am in my rocket chair. And by golly, I have got levels set to who laid a chunk. Let me just move that down just a skosh so I don't blast your ears out. Okay. Hey, it's a Whack-A-Doodle Wednesday, and I've been pushing buttons. Oh my God, ain't it great? Ain't it fun? Ain't it great? Ain't it wonderful? Buying. Someone just shot. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to do that. Shit. Fire. Save the matches. Just a sec. Y'all know it's frickin' Wednesday number 1 and number 2. I'm Grammy, and so I gotta have my little faux pas every once in a while, don't you know? Okay, let me see if I, yeah, okay. Let me change this to that, and there we go. Okay, let me see. Over here on Facebook, yeah, hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody. I have been playing. Oh, it's been a week. Dum, 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 dum. I see that. Cold as fuck out there. Hey, 4 minutes in and I've dropped my first F-bomb. Which means I can go to that one article real early in the show, seeing as how I've already dropped an F-bomb. Let me see what's going on here. Let me put my weather in here real quick just so y'all can see just how frickin' warm it is out here in the boonies. Let me tell you, over here on the RLM, by the way. Yeah, it's balmy. And it looks like there are other people that are even more balmy than me. Oh, damn, Moosey. Hon, that's frickin' cold. Okay, Moosey's below 0. Oh, my goodness. Okay, thank you, Sock Puppet. Over here in the Crush and Run web chat, Sock Puppet just shared that I'm live right now over here on RLM, so come on over. Yeah, if you're listening, do I really need to tell you where you're listening? I can be heard, though, when I actually have my buttons pushed properly and I know what the hell I'm doing, which, hey, that's a change. In any case, if you're listening, it's on reallibertymedia.com, channel 3, also on the rlmradio.xyz site and the RLM internet radio site and the RLM tune-in radio station and the RLM Spreaker channel. So, hey, now that I've gotten that out of the way, and I'm just, yeah, I'm frazzled. And wow, I figured out my volume issue at least. Okay, let me look and see over here on Facebook because I got a few notifications. I see the lovely Mary B is here. Hey there, lady, how you doing? And I see Mamie Lynn. Hey, Mames, how you doing, girlfriend? And let's see. I see that RLM over here, the Real Liberty Media page over here on Facebook, has also liked it. So, hey, hi, everybody, how you doing? Over on the corner pocket, I know Sock Puppet is here. And I know there's lots and lots of other people. Moosey's over here. Hey, Moose. And looks like Kazoo fell asleep waiting for dinner to get done. I hate when that happens. So, did you burn dinner? That is the question. Okay, let's see. Who is over here on this effing site? Grimmy's over here. I see that. I'm over here. I also see Bo Diddy is here, as well as the lovely Mary B. and Redrick and the lovely Estrella. Oh, Estrella, you are just so freaking awesome. I love you, woman. She's, uh-oh, Sock Puppet's pushing my buttons. Oh, baby. Well, I didn't feel a thing. Oh, I need a drink after that. Just Okay. Yeah, I'm drinking coffee, by the way. Don't you know? Okay, and if you want to give me static here tonight, and I'm going to need lots and lots of static because obviously my frequencies are just kind of scattered. So, if you want to give me some shit, talk back, let me talk back to you, come on over to reallibertymedia.com, channel 3, join the chat, and we'll just have a real good time. We'd be celebrating because you know what? We made it to another year. Booyah, booyah. I had someone tell me the other day, I'm a year older, and it's like, wait a minute. Whoa, huh? Because my birthday isn't until August. So if I got 2 birthdays this year, okay. Does that mean I get twice the presents? I got a way cool present for Christmas. My daughter and her new to her daughter made me a absolutely awesome wreath, and I think I've shared a picture of it several times, but yeah. And my other daughter and the grandbabies out there just wow. They gave me all kinds of way cool stuff made in Colorado. So yeah, I made out like a bandit. Wait till he starts tweaking my knobs. That's called adjusting the volume. Oh, wait, I already did that. Okay, over here in the RLM, right up top, I see my missionary man. Hey there, Asmo. I've actually seen you chit-chatting a time or two in the last week, and that's just pretty freaking awesome. It's way cool that I actually am up when you're up and chit-chatting. So hey there, hun. I also see Barman is here, and Barman, thank you ever so much for being the most splendiferous bot in the whole wide world and tweeting me over there on Twitter. I truly do appreciate it. And you know what? I totally spazzed out seeing how many stalkers I've got. I need to check that because, you know, I got to find out if I'm, oh, hey, holy crap, I've gained some. Obviously, I've slowed down. What is that demon Atrax? What did I do this time, hun? First fucked up arrest photo of the year. Booyah! You know, that's part of what my dilly-dallying was. I was looking for, that's called Texas Titty Twister, Moose Girl. Don't you know? In any case, who was that? Oh, shit. In Minot, North Dakota, it's -4. That's freaking cold. You know, once it gets below 0, it's like bullshit. There ain't no freaking temperature anymore. When I drove into work this morning, I had no temperature. None whatsoever. It showed 0 on the car. So obviously that's no temperature, right? Huh. Okay. I'm checking the chat. That's right, Dakota. We are warm down south. Oh, you're 10 below? Wee! Hun. Talk to Mary B. Talk really nice to her. Maybe she'll send you some of that warmth she's got down there in Aussie land. That would be awfully sweet of her. I know, and she's a sweet lady. She would do that for you. Okay. Holy crap, cowboy. You are really... Okay, I'm not going to get everybody said hi to if I keep this shit up. As if that's anything new to me. Okay. Back to saying, hey there. Thank you, Barman, once again. I have 329 stalkers. Holy shit. That's like, wow, I gained some. I don't remember how many, but I know that's more than what I had. In any case, my knot. Oh, as in thong knot. It's my knot, and I've grown rather attached to it. Oh, Dakota says it's mind rot. I've had that a time or two. Thank you, Rob, for passing out that bubbler, because, whee, my mind's rotten. Or it's rotten, or I'm spoiled rotten, or I am spoiled rotten. I truly am, other than the cold weather, which is probably why you can't smell me, because I'm froze. Okay, back to saying hey. Good Lord. Oh, wow, nearly, okay. Beth Z, hi lady, how are you doing? I haven't seen you chitty-chatting very much lately. You must be busy. That's okay. I also see Cowboy Tech is here. I hope you're hearing pleasant voices, darling. And looky there, Grimner is here. Yay, Grimmy. He is the creator and big kahuna over here in the RLM. And the lovely Moose Girl is following close behind. And you know what? Oh, no, Grim. Cowboy got in there, and now you can't be the Grimmy middle of a lovely lady sandwich. You got to share it with Cowboy. Oh, at least it ain't my... I'm not saying that out loud, Paul Bunyan. I'm not, 'cause that's just wrong. Uh, as if that's going to stop me. In any case, the lovely Moose Girl is here. And you know what? Moosey and Grimmy do an absolutely awesome show on Friday nights called the Freakers Ball. And if you ever have a Friday night where you're not out partying hardy, join them at the Freakers Ball and you can really party hardy. Because they get wild and crazy. Of course, Friday nights are just plain wild and crazy anyway. I also see the lovely Kate is here. She's from the great state of Texas. And last time I played trivia, actually really played trivia, Kate was kicking ass. And she wasn't even... What? What are you What? That's Snuffles, by the way. In case you're wondering. She's letting someone know that you are not allowed. Mom is broadcasting. That's her thing. Okay. What? Hush, young lady. Okay. Back to, where was I? Oh, yeah. Kate. Yay, the lovely Kate. Yeah, she kicked butt. And then, who was it? Was it Asma was kicking butt, too, the other day. And there was someone else, and I just kept putting in answers, and they were wrong. Because either I spelled it wrong, or I forgot to put A in front of it. You know, I'm not freaking Canadian. In any case, I love the trivia game, but it makes me feel ever so intelligent. Moving along, I see... Trust no one has showed up. And you know what, sweetheart? We really need to work on those trust issues. Because that's a key thing. That's part of survival. You need to trust people. Mental! I see Mental Pancakes just joined. Hi, sweetheart. How you doing? Long time no chitty chat. I also see Beetle! Hey, Beetle, how you doing? How was your holiday weekend or week? Or you had vacation, didn't you, sweet? Or vacation, yes. And you also had company. Yeah, if I could... I need to shake my head around just a little bit because obviously the cobwebs in there are not connecting properly. Whee! Chalcedony is in the room. Hey, Chalcedony, how you doing? I also see the lovely Chloe is here, as well as yours truly. Okay, yours truly is here physically. The rest of it, I'm not swearing to. Bless ups to you too, Mantle. Love you, darling. IB Don C is here. Hey, Don, how you doing? As well as Java Doctor 2 is in the house. And looky there, P. Bunyan is here, and he's typing things in the chat that I'm not repeating because it will make me sound like me. I also see Rob Works is in the chat, and you know what? Something way cool is coming up this Saturday. Be sure to be here at the RLM because it's going to be, I wanted to say Virgin Voyage, but I don't know that necessarily goes with Rob Works. His maiden voyage, no, that doesn't really work well for Rob either. Rob is going to be doing his first show Saturday at 2 Eastern time here on RLM, Smoke and Mirror. So be sure to come back and check it out because Rob's got a hell of a lineup so far, and I'm sure it's just going to do nothing but get better. I also see Phantom is logged in, but I don't think Phantom is actually interacting right now. Phantom, where are you, darling? I haven't heard a really bad Utah joke in a while. I need to hear a bad joke. I told one earlier, and I'll tell it again after. Oh, Cakes, you're such a sweetheart. I'll tell it again when I'm done saying hey to everybody if I can actually get this done in under 20 minutes. I don't think that's going to happen. I also see Dakota is here. How you doing, sweetheart? I know that it's a blistering cold. And yeah, there is such a critter as blistering cold. And whew, we get that down here as well, but you usually get it first. I'm quite a bit south from you, hon. Not far enough south to be warm, but I'm south. Okay, Demon Atrax is in the house. How you doing, darling? And I hope you had an absolutely awesome birthday over the weekend. Booyah, booyah, booyah. So are you still a young whippersnapper? Yes, you are, 'cause you're younger than me. So there, nanny, nanny, boo-boo. But I still hope you had an absolutely awesome time. I also see Juana Taco is here. And you know what? This morning, I had a bacon, egg, and cheese and hash brown breakfast burrito. Whee! And some really, really, really warm salsa. Wow. Yeah, not only was my upper lip sweating, but my forehead was sweating for a good 10 minutes after eating that. But damn, was it good. She makes some really good salsa, but oh my Lord. I need to buy some ice cream. Okay, I also see Jukesy Loops is here. Hey there, Jukesy. How you doing, woman? And looky there, Kozu is in the house. Hey, Kozu. Once again, I hope you did not burn your supper. Mental Pancakes is here. Again, I got to say it again, hun, because there you are in the list. As well as the lovely Mary B from Down Under with all of her warm weather down there. Girlfriend, you and I need to learn how to bottle this stuff so we can swap bottles and you can cool things down in your neck of the woods. I can warm things up in mine. You got fed free beers at your local. Sweet! All night long. All night. Yeah. Free beer. See, and when I drink, I think I can sing. And I'm not drinking, so I know better. Okay. Oh, I can sing. It's just I didn't put the word well in there. Okay, I also see Bot is in the house. Hey there, Bot, as well as Nenson Dubois. That is such a fun name to say. And looky there, the lovely Rain is here. How are you doing, sweetheart? It's so wonderful to see you over here. As well as a couple of anonymous ones here. RLM 20 844 and RLM 30 622. And to round out the crew, the one, the only, the sock puppet, who is going to have to do a show with me again sometime. And I'm actually going to have to put it on Spreaker. I wasn't real sure how well things were going to work last time, so I just didn't mess with the whole Spreaker thing. But seeing as how it worked out quite well, we're going to have to do that again, hun. Actually, that was so fun that I think I'm actually kind of sort of considering doing a, like about once every 2 or 3 months, do a thing where, if somebody wants to chit chat with me on Skype or whatever, and we can just shoot the shit for a couple hours on the radio and y'all can ask questions. I think that would be fun. Double D, baby. Who's got a double D? Not me. If I had double D's in another 30 years, I would be tripping over them. But I don't, so I won't. So there. You went in for one, because it was all you had the budget for, and went home 4 hours later drunk as hell. There you go. It's always awesome when you can get drunk on someone else's dime. Booyah! Those were the days. I don't remember. I actually drank over the weekend as well. I haven't done that in a while. And my daughter had wine, and I'm not a wine drinker. I mean, it's been a long time since I've drank wine. Like the last time I drank wine, somebody bought me a case, and I thought that was a challenge. I lost the challenge. For days afterwards, I was losing lots of things. It was not good. Of course, I was a lot younger, and I learned my lesson real fast with that one. I didn't do that again. But I did have a couple of glasses of wine over the weekend with my youngest daughter down at her place as we celebrated Christmas and New Year's together. And I stayed up past midnight. Booyah! Bonus round. I'm so proud of me. Oh, and you had beers waiting for you at home, too. Well, hon, I call that a bonus round, and everybody else takes care of it. Cool beans. So, let's see. What was I going to do? Besides sit here and go, oh yeah, I was going to tell you that joke. Any Catholics in the room that I can offend? I need to offend a Catholic because I didn't offend a Catholic yet, but I'm sure as soon as her husband tells her the joke, she's going to be rather off-ended. So, and no, Demon Atrax, I wouldn't say no to that either. So there you go. One's got to have one's priorities, don't you know? So, let's see. Okay. So, Catholic joke. Not a real good one, but it's a Catholic joke. So, there are these 3 nuns, and they're needing to go to confession because, well, even nuns screw up every once in a while. And they're kind of sort of just sitting there, all hangdog and everything. And the first one gets up, and she goes over and goes into the confessional, and the priest takes her confession, and then he tells her that she needs to go and wash her hands with holy water. Well, when she comes out and she goes over to the little holy water thing and she starts washing her hands, don't you love the technical terminology that I use? I'm a Reformed Catholicer. I don't do that shit anymore. But in any case, she goes over to the holy water and she starts washing her hands in it. And the other 2 nuns, they just kind of look at each other and they're going, what in the hell? Why is she doing that? So they get up and they go, excuse me, but what's the deal with you washing your hands in the holy water? And she said, well, my confession was that I had actually touched a man's penis. And the 2 nuns looked at each other, and they looked back at her, and then the one of them looked at the other one and said, okay, I'm going next because I want to gargle with that shit before you sit in it. Ba-dum boom boom. So, did I offend somebody? I hope so. Because you know what? There ain't no such thing as something that can't be made fun of. Just saying. Including myself. That's what this life is supposed to be about. We are supposed to be enjoying ourselves. We're supposed to be having fun and making fun of each other and learning that when someone else makes fun of us, we can make fun right back at them. And if they can't take it, maybe they shouldn't be dishing it out. No, I'm going to go ahead and close Twitter because, wow, there was some weird shit going on Twitter. And I just really don't want to... Okay, I do enough weird shit. I don't need to go even further. Let me see here. Just a sec. Because I have a couple of notifications. Hi, the Force of User 1. How are you doing, sweetheart? Okay. Now, seeing as how I've gotten that out of the road. Have you seen that thing that you can buy now? That it's a mouthpiece and you're supposed to groom your cats with it. It's like you're licking your cat. I looked at that and I thought, what sick mind came up with that shit? And then I stopped and realized, you know what? Somebody actually had to fund that. Which obviously means that somebody thinks that that's going to sell. And I really need to check out the statistics and see if they're actually selling that. Because... wow, when I saw that, it was like, no, really? You have got to be shitting me. Snuffles, lay down. Lay down. You just lay down, girly. Okay, listens to Grammy. You're snickering at snowflakes, huh? Lay down, baby girl. Okay, where was I at? Oh, yeah. Never mind. I'm going to move along. I'm going to get to this one because, I've already dropped an F-bomb tonight, so I may as well just really get after it, right? This is from factwriter.com, and this does not just apply to the ladies, but the title is 13 Fucks You Stop Giving When You're a Grown Woman. Now, I think this applies to the gentlemen as well, but, let's find out for sure, shall we? So... Japanese. Oh, well, yeah. It would be a Japanese invention, Atrax. Don't hate on the eye toaster. You put your eye in there? Ow. What? Wait. Who needs a toaster that... Okay. What did Grammy say? I missed it. Oh, the toaster that spies on you. Whoa, I didn't see that. I don't want a toaster that's spying on me. If I have a toaster that spies on me, I'm going to make my toast extra dark just to piss it off. Make it all smoky. Yee. P. Bunyan, you are not a hateful guy. Okay, to get on with this. At some point, you reach an age where you can't possibly, even if you tried, give any less of a fuck. I've reached it. You're done with worrying about what others think, adhering to stupid-ass rules prescribed by stupid-ass people, and you realize who you want in your inner circle and who you want banished forever and ever. It's not that you've become a cantankerous bitch in your older years, although I can be one when properly motivated. But it's just that you've lived long enough to be fucking over pretty much everything. In other words, you simply have no more fucks to give. You know, I actually at one time tried to order some fucks, but I found out they are so far on back order that I canceled the order. I just don't give a fuck, or shit, for that matter. I am out of gas, or give a shit. Lay down, little girl. In any case, so are you at that point in life? Have you been fortunate enough to have reached the ultimate status of having no more fucks to give? If so, then you'll know these 13 fucks you stopped giving to be true. Number 1, giving a fuck about other people's opinions. Why? Because opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one and they all stink. Yeah. Other people's opinions, especially when they're about you, should be moot once you've become a grown woman. It's when you let the opinions of others dictate your life that your life becomes a cesspool of negativity and a total waste. In other words, it becomes a floater in the toilet. So, do you want to be a floater? Number 1, if you don't go into politics. Number 2, quit paying attention to what other people think about you, because that really doesn't matter. Number 2, giving a fuck about ridiculous fashion rules. Now, this one I have not given a fuck about for a long time. I recall when my children were quite young, actually, and they would tell me, "Mother, you have stepped off the fashion train." And I said, "Yes, I have." Actually, even in high school, I was not on the fashion train. I wore what I liked and what felt good. Period. I didn't care what other people thought. So, no white after Labor Day? Fuck it. No horizontal stripes unless you're a size 0? Fuck that fucking shit. No bikini or miniskirt after 30? In the immortal words of Bikini Kill, suck my left one. Seriously, really? Why the left one? Okay. And you know what? I've worn a bikini after 30. I've actually worn a bikini after 50. Ha ha ha. Like you needed that mental image, but there you go. I gave it to you anyway. There is no photographic evidence, by the way, that I know of. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Number 3, giving a fuck about your ex. You broke up for a reason, and that reason is probably somewhere between him being awful and him being the worst. So, it's your job not to give any fucks about him or what he might think of you. And you know what? I got to put this out there. He wasn't awful. He wasn't the worst. He just wasn't a really good husband. He was an awesome daddy, and he's a great grandpa. Just didn't work well for me. So, and he's got a lady friend now, so I'm happy for him. and I'm happy for her. And what's even funnier is I just found out that her birthday's the same day as mine. I am cowboy? Holy crap! I consider that an honor to sound like Moosey. Oh, and sock puppets aroused. Well, darling. Okay, well, you'll really like this one then, Sock. Number 4, giving a fuck about being polite in bed. As a grown-ass woman, you're not just a walk-on in your bedroom, but the fucking star. If you don't get what you want and how you want it, you throw being polite out the window and woman the fuck up about it. Yeah, girlfriend, you go for it. I don't know that I necessarily need to expand on that one at all. I think y'all have imaginations and you can figure it out for yourself. Number 5. What, Moosey? What'd I do this time? Oh, Grimmy. Yeah, there you go, Grim. You tell him simmer down. It's just a frickin' radio. Oh, yes, Moosey, there are lots and lots of fuck bombs. And F bombs, too. Okay, number 5. Giving a fuck about biting your tongue. You know, that's not a comfortable thing to do, and I burnt my clutch out between the brain and the mouth a long time ago. So I think y'all know that already. So while in your early years, some situations might have called for biting one's tongue. I've done that. I have done that. It hurts. That's how I know it hurts. But it's time to fuck that. If someone says or does something that pisses you off or disrespects you in any way, then speak up. Even if that person is your boss. And you know what? I have been fortunate enough to have people that I have provided a job service for. Then, oh, well, it's true, Moosey. I take that as quite a compliment to be compared to you. Because, damn it, woman, you the bomb. That's all there is to it. And you know what? Getting back to this giving a fuck about, biting your tongue and all that shit. I have spoken up to my boss, and I've actually called my boss a few rather choice names. And then I tell him that I mean it in a loving way, which I do. I mean, sometimes you need some tough love. Sometimes you need to hear, wait a minute, you're being a dickweed. And then we sit down and we chit-chat. And it's all good. I have been blessed with being able to work with and for people that do not have a problem when I express myself. Let's put it like that. Number 6, giving a fuck about ending toxic relationships. Okay, that was pretty much covered with the X. Some people are bad for us. Some people, even if they're not cognizant of it, are horrific, toxic influences in our lives. You have no more fucks to give them or what your life will be like without them. It won't be a loss, that's for sure. Which, you know what? Yeah, mine is a whole bunch better. Yeah, there was some rough goes a couple of times there where things got a little on the dicey side, but I lived through it. And you know what? No scars. I survived. So, hey, do I give a fuck? No. So, number 7. Giving a fuck about your mistakes. I make them. I own up to them, and I move on. So, your mistakes do not define you. They're merely pieces of your life that have made you who you are. That's all. Mistakes do not hold you back. They do not open doors to judgment or ruin your life. They are necessary obstacles, and not only do you not give a fuck about them, but you're practically grateful for them. And yes, I am. I am grateful for some of the mistakes. Well, actually all of them, because every damn one of them I learned something from. Most of them it was to not do that shit again. Pretty much. And some of them was, I could probably do that only better next time. So, and if the next time it doesn't work out so well, then I go, okay, I'm moving on. So, moving along. Number 8, giving a fuck about fitting in. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hi, Rascal. Some people spend their whole lives trying to fit in only to realize that those who want to belong are just fucking boring. Yep. Why would anyone want to be another sheep among millions of sheep? No thanks. Fly your freak flag and roll solo. Booyah! And yeah, I do have a freak flag. Thank you very much. And I fly that puppy high. Number 9, giving a fuck about social media. Okay, this is where all this shit comes in right here. So, in some not so breaking new social media is not real life. Ding, 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 ding. People liking your tweet or unfriending you on Facebook is not something to get your panties in a twist over. Seriously, it's not. In other words, my God, can you hear this big baby? Snuffles is crying because Rascal's on my lap. Oh my God. In other words, you have no fucks to give on this front, which, yeah. Yeah. Not anymore. Used to for a while there, for a very short while. Number 10, giving a fuck about having the perfect body. You know what? I am in shape. I haven't figured out what shape it is yet, but I'm in shape. I am in a shape. There you go. And I actually am in pretty decent shape. So, I don't want to be that Coke bottle shape. I don't want to look like a Barbie doll. I don't want to look like that other fun stuff. I want to look like me. And hey, guess what? I do. So, if you have the perfect body for you, that's all that matters. Now reach for those Doritos and order another pizza, for fuck's sake, woman. Which, no, I don't want to order another pizza, and I'm out of Doritos. But I do happen to have some leftover zesty chicken pasta. And I think I'm going to have that for supper as soon as I get done on the radio. And that's just about enough singing, young lady. I know, you're just heartbroken. That's just freaking hilarious. Okay, number 11. Giving a fuck about status symbols. Pfft. Owning a Louis Vuitton bag or only wearing Chanel makeup. That's enough. Don't make me put you outside. It's cold out there. Or, oh, there goes Rascal. Okay, they're crying. He'll stop now. So, okay. I couldn't afford a Louis Vuitton bag, and even if I could, I couldn't afford a Louis Vuitton bag because I think my moral fiber would not allow me to. That's just number 1. Number 2, Chanel makeup. Don't wear makeup, so don't have to worry about that shit. And those things don't make you a better person. They just make you, carry things that, a purse that you could buy, a refrigerator for. Which would be a hell of a lot more useful than a freaking purse. Or, putting war paint on your face. Really? Seriously? I mean, there are occasions where I have worn war paint, and those occasions were like weddings, and I wound up looking like a goddamn raccoon because I was crying, because I cry at weddings. So, yeah, I just don't do it anymore. It's like, I don't care. If you don't like what this looks like, that's why the good Lord made your head pivot and made your eyelids close. You can either turn your head or close your eyes. Okay? I'll leave the room eventually. Also, Who even knows if that mascara is Dior or fucking Maybelline? Yeah, who knows? Unless you go up there and say, I'm wearing Christian Dior mascara. Can you tell? Oh, shit, I just put my finger in my eye. Now I'm blind. Ugh. Number 12, giving a fuck about what you can't control. This is a biggie here. This is for everyone. There will always be things that are out of your control. And basically, those things are other people. You cannot control other people. That's part of those things. And what other people do, you can't control that either. That's all on them. You can only control how you react to them and your behavior. That's it. So, stop giving a fuck about things that you can't control. Because when you quit giving a fuck about them, you are finally free. You're free to be yourself. Free to not give a shit. Free to not worry about that stuff. Just leave it alone. Let it go. Walk on by. And finally, number 13. Giving a fuck about not giving a fuck. Booyah! Ding ding! Favorite one. In life, you need to choose your battles. You need to decide what deserves your fucks and what doesn't. When you give a fuck, give it 150%. That's back to that bedroom thing. And when you don't, also give it 150%. Which is also back to... And you should never half-ass anything. Especially your fucks. So, I hope that works for all of you. I hope you truly enjoyed that. I know I enjoyed reading it. Okay. ACA, huh? Now I got to see what's going on. Oh. Madison Avenue Twits. Oh, I like that. MA Twits. And assholes, Captain Assholio. You know, where did that all come from? I would really love to know how people got convinced that buying something with a certain name on it made you special. I just don't get that. You know, and I've listened to Simon... now I'm going to have to open up YouTube so I can see what the hell his last name is, because I can't remember. I listened to quite a few of them yesterday and a couple of them today as well. But where's he at? Simon Sinek. There you go. And he said the reason why people, like get Harley Davidson tattoos and all this other fun stuff is because people believe in what Harley Davidson stands for, which they are Harley Davidsons leave a mark no matter where they go, because most of them have a little drip 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 to them, or at least the ones that get rode a lot do. And there are riders and there are haulers, and there's an awful lot of haulers out there, awful lot of Harley riders that keep their bikes very nice, but they also keep a piece of cardboard underneath their bike because, yeah. Hi, Bo Diddy. How you doing, sweetheart? I see you over here on Facebook as well. But what? How did people start getting convinced that you have to spend X amount of dollars in order to be upper crusty? I mean, I get this whole, there are some things that, some things you get what you pay for, but that's not always the case. There have been times where I have spent money for something that is supposed to be, top of the line, cream of the crop, yada, 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 all this shit, and it winds up being a piece of crap. Now, granted, those times were long, long ago, before we had internet where we could look shit up and get the ratings and all that other fun stuff. You actually had to buy like Consumer Reports magazine, which I was too much of a tight ass to do that as well. But I have done the whole spend money on the name brand, and you really got to be careful with that shit. And with listening to Simon Sinek, and one of the things that he was saying, he said one of the reasons why Apple is so popular is because people agree with the thought process behind it, which, I liked Steve Jobs. I mean, he was a hell of an intelligent guy, and I prefer him to old slick Billy Gates any time of the year. But I don't know. I just found a lot of the things that he was saying, kind of sort of made sense, especially when it was brand names. Let's see. It's known as Keeping Up with the Joneses. And I never really gave a shit about that. Because I always wanted to know who in the hell Jones was, because how many people have the last name of Jones? Can you imagine trying to keep up with all them frickin' people? Bullshit. I had enough trouble keeping up with my children, and now keeping up with my grandchildren. I'm not going to try and keep up with how many bazillion Joneses out there in the world. Fuck that shit. I don't need it. Ooh, barman passes out Northern Lights bud. Well, thank you. Is it like an Aurora Borealis kind of thing? I'm just curious. Or does it make you see an Aurora Borealis without there one being there? That would be interesting. Oh, well. I'm going to move along. I'm going to find something else to jibber jabber about after I put the 13 fucks that you don't have to give a fuck about over here on that effing site as well. Let's see. Valerie, are you listening in, hun? I see you in the shout box, but I don't know if I just need to refresh or what. Okay, where's my emoticon? I need the perfect emoticon for this. You do. I need this one right here. Right here. This one right here. Okay. And refresh that. Okay. Oh, by the way, I did see earlier today, it looks like Vinny is on the road. So I hope you're having a good time, Vinny, if you get a chance to listen in on this. And I do know that you're heading to places where it's warmer than where you was. So there you go. Good job, dude. Have a good time. Be safe. All that fun stuff. So Vinny will not, I don't think, Vinny's not going to be on the radio Friday, is he, Grim? As far as you know, are you still listening, hun? Mantles, puff, puff, passing. Dude. There you go. Only paid $300 more for it. Okay. Oh, and you know what? I got to admit one thing. I did buy a Mini Cooper. A brand new one, actually. The only new car I will probably ever own. And the main reason why I got it was they came back to the United States, and I remember seeing them driving down the highway when I was a kid and going, I'm going to have one of those one of these days. And I did. Owned it for 5 years. Absolutely loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. But it didn't have enough room for me to haul all of my grandbabies, so it got traded in on something that I can haul all of my grandbabies in. I do miss my Tink, though. That's what her name was Tink. But that's probably the only real name brand thing that I actually, and I researched that. Was a fun little car to drive. And I know who owns it, and she enjoys it immensely. So hey, there you go. Okay, where I got a gold price. Now is that up or down? on the gold price? I don't know. What's that, Grim? Oh, Vinny is gone for an unknown period of time. Cool. Well, I kind of sort of know where he's at. Okay, or at least kind of sort of general direction of where he's heading. So, thank you, Grimmy, for that. So, yeah, no feedback on Fridays for a while, so nothing at noon on Fridays. Although we do still have, oh, Solvenor, was he on today at noon and I missed it? God dang, I've been busy. Thank you, Demon Atrax. Wow. I don't know that I want to go. Oh. No. No. I'll read the headline, but that's about as far as I'm going to go, sweetheart. Homeless man confesses to killing his older Bronx lover, planned to fry the penis and eat it up. So, yummy. Or not. That's just... Oh, that's up on gold? Thank you, Grim. I don't pay attention to that shit. So, I have silver. Actual in my possession, silver. So, oh, that is a Graham story. Well, you know what? I just can't, I, I, I just, no. I looked at the pic. I saw the pic and it was like, oh, good Lord. This person is Dr. Demento kind of presto strangeo. And yeah, it's, wow. I just can't imagine. How do people come up with that kind of a thought process that number one, you know, someone that you're supposed, okay, I get the whole, because love and hate are so close to each other, and it really is there's a very fine line between the two, and I think that's, you know, people don't, there's, that fine line is really, really a massive chasm, but it's still a fine line, and it's because there's such intense emotion attached to both love and hate. I mean, they are very intense polar opposites. Oh, silver's up too? Cool! Then it might actually almost get to the point where I bought it. But I actually own, yeah. In any case, and I'll just hold on to it. I'm not planning on selling any of it anytime soon. In any case, I trust me. Wow, when I was still married, there were times when it was like, I to the moon. But I never, ever, 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 ever was so mad that I wanted to kill him. Ever. That thought just never entered my mind. So that, to me, that's just a really, really hard concept to grasp. I can't understand someone that you live with, someone that you're supposedly in love with and stuff. I can't imagine being to the point where you want to just kill them. That concept is so totally foreign to me. And then when you add on top of it all that you're cutting off strategic parts of the anatomy to save back for later, because, you know, I just wanted to get one last piece, so to speak. You know, wow. I was just going to cook it up so I could have a little bit of him inside me all the time. Really? That's just wrong. Okay, what's flashering? I had something flashering over here. What the hell? Hi, Bob Renner. I see you, hon. Okay. Oh! And Deliftics has joined over in the corner pocket. Hi there, darling. How you doing? Pleased to meet ya. Wow. And look, see, y'all are talking about insurance now, and that's a con game. Insurance is a shell game. It's one of those things that, on the off chance that you should happen to possibly maybe kind of sort of get sick, you need to pay us this amount of money. And then when you pay us this amount of money, on the odd chance that you're going to get sick, like maybe something really disastrously bad sick, then we'll let you know what we'll pay for after we already take your money. Does that not sound like a shell game to you, or a con game? Kind of sort of like house insurance. Oh, sure, we'll insure your house, and this is how much it's going to cost you every month for us to insure your house against, acts of God or some other thing like, a plumbing leak or something like that. Sure, we'll insure your house. Electrical fire? Sure, we'll insure your house until it happens. And then they go, oh, wait, no, there's this little stipulation right here that says, sucks to be you, because although we do truly appreciate those 15 years of you paying premiums to us, and we've gone on several really nice vacations because of the premiums that you and others like you have paid to us, sadly, we cannot cover your loss. That's going to have to be out-of-pocket expense for you. Yeah. Hi, Tessa. Welcome aboard, sweetheart. So, yeah, insurance. And unfortunately, the way they have rigged the game, you're supposed to have insurance on your car. And now health insurance is mandated thanks to Dangleberry Care. And house insurance and all of these other insurances, because don't you know, there's somebody out there. There's a con man out there somewhere that needs to go on a vacay. And so you as assistant? Sweet. Okay. And now you're talking about groundhogs and raccoons. All right, trust no one. How cool. You have lots of critters. I don't have very many critters. So, all this insurance, I'm going to go back to my pocket. I got to find something fun to read because, wow, talking about insurance is like, and talking about people killing their lovers and then chopping off their dangly bits so that they can saute them for later. Duh. That's just freaking wrong. People are really messed. You know that? They truly are messed in the head. Let's see. And here's one that's kind of sort of messed, although, it's messed, but it's not that kind of messed, Not that, wow. So this is from www.dw.com. A German family opens their front door and finds a brick wall. Now, initially, when I saw that headline, I thought, that's just funny as fuck. Because that would be, you see all these pictures where, people get these apartments, and it's like, look, we have a window, and the view is of a brick wall. Wow, how special is that? But to actually be bricked, and and once it actually sunk into my head, I started thinking Edgar Allan Poe, and my heart started going dun dun dun. But in any case, some pranksters have bricked a family inside their own home in Zellhausen near Frankfurt. I'm sure that's probably not how you pronounce it, but that's how I'm going to say it. Police have said that the incident draws unwelcome comparisons to the Berlin Wall. Now that, wow, I see that and I think, ooh, that's kind of a stretch, don't you think? But it is amazing the correlations people will make. One man in Germany found himself inside of a living nightmare earlier this week when he went to open the front door of his house and found a brick wall. The family in the town east of Frankfurt had been the victim of a sinister prank, which, okay, I'm thinking it's an overachiever prank. I'm thinking it's somebody obviously has way more time on their hands than they need to have. You know, idle hands do the devil's work kind of shit. Although I don't know that it's necessarily sinister because, wow, if it happened overnight, I'm sure if there's no rebar in between, you can knock that bad boy down pretty easy. You can get out. In the night, police believe several perpetrators worked to layer the bricks and mortar as quickly and as quietly as possible. Indeed, no one in the house nor any of the neighbors heard or saw a thing. This was not unusual, however, authorities said, as a group could, so this, wow, it must translate really poorly from German. This could easily be done in a jiffy with a few practiced hands, which, yeah, I mean, I've done that kind of work, helped lay the foundation around my house in town, so I know how to do that shit, and it can be done quite quickly if you get, you know, like an assembly line kind of thing going. Speaking with local outlets or news outlets, the police spokesperson made it clear that this was no harmless joke. We don't know if it was a trickster or a personal attack on the family. Also, on top of being dangerous for the family, which it could be if there were a fire in the house, I could see where that would be dangerous, but if they did not brick shut the windows, then is it really that dangerous? Could be. They also went on to say that the act had unpleasant associations to the construction of the Berlin Wall, which went up almost overnight. How do they define almost? In 1961, without alerting any of the city's residents. So how quickly was the Berlin Wall put up? And did you really sleep through that? I don't know, but I'm thinking that's just a skosh of a stretch there. I think that's poetic license is what they're taking with that. This is a crime and not a joke, which, okay, I can see that. Everything's a frickin' crime these days. Also adding that such crimes are usually solved within a matter of days, and he believed that the perpetrators would be apprehended soon. Well, that is a rather interesting story. Once again, it boggles the mind why someone would do that. What y'all talking about in the chat? Okay. I have no idea other than America Inc. and blaming employers and assholes. And what? There's Tessa. Hey, Tessa. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this over here on that effing site as well. That is a little odd, but what's that, Grimmy? Police union head wonders why everybody suddenly wants them to stop stealing people's stuff. I don't know. Why would people not want to have their stuff stolen, especially by people that are supposed to be, that's the story we were fed, supposed to be protecting us from others that are stealing our stuff. Gee, it is a bit of a conundrum, isn't it, Grimmy? I see you shared that over here on this effing site, and I may just have to go there. Just because. But I got to share the brick wall. Just another... Now, see, now I got Pink Floyd going through my head. Another brick in the wall. Okay. What is this? From Reason.com. So, police union head wonders why everybody suddenly wants them to stop stealing people's stuff. Well, because it's other people's stuff, and dude, that if you weren't wearing that shiny badge, you would be behind bars, you son of a bitch. oh, maybe that's not what they're saying here. So, if you want to get a sense of how poorly police unions grasp why the citizenry have grown more and more upset with them, check out this absolutely awful commentary by Chuck Canterbury, president of the Fraternal Order of Police, over at the Daily Caller. And I'm going to click on the Daily Caller link because I want to see if that'll bring that up. I hope that link goes right to that. Yes, it does. Ah, it's an opinion from the Daily Caller. It's just an opinion. It's fake news. It's not real because it's just an opinion. The myth of policing for profit. Oh, really? Amidst the current national furor against fake news is another more pervasive issue of creating fake issues, like the myth of policing for profit. No, that's not a myth. There's been widespread discussion about the need to end the federal equitable sharing program because a journalist or columnist writes a sympathetic piece describing a case in which the system may not have functioned as intended. I have a funny feeling the system always functions as intended. It just doesn't function the way we're told it's supposed to function. And guess what? We swallowed that when they served it up to us from the propaganda trough. We was like, ooh, that really smells good. And it's going to do what? Wow, that's going to make us feel safer and stronger and freer. Wow, I'll have 2 helpings of that. And then next thing you know, you can't get your fat ass off the couch. The FOP does not agree that there is a need for civil asset forfeiture reform. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, there is. In fact, we worked very closely with Senator Jeff Sessions on this issue going back to the Civil Asset Forfeiture Reform Act of 2000, which is when they really started raking it in. The law enforcement community came together to make the necessary changes to the program to ensure due process protects while preserving equitable sharing as a critical law enforcement tool. Equitable sharing, as in we think you should share all of that stuff because we think, although we have no proof, but we think that you got it from dastardly deeds, and therefore we can take it. Is that what you're talking about with the equitable sharing thing? In fact, the FOP, which is so appropriate for the Fraternal Order of Police, FOP, was an early supporter of administrative changes made to the program by the Attorney General Holder in January of 2015. What is that, Atrax? We aren't even told it's functioning the way it was built to function, Grams. That's true. They lie to us constantly, and most morons eat it up. And yes, and you would think and that was another thing that I got, and I don't, please correct me if I'm wrong. There's a tipping point, and we haven't reached that yet. It's between 15 and 18% of the population. Once 15 to 18% of the population says, enough, had enough, not going to put up with your shit anymore, that's when things will really start changing. That is according to Simon, it's according to Simon. That last name just keeps evading me for some dumb reason. Yes, Tessa, we're supposed to worship them. Ami, 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 ami. So, to carry on with this, it is our hope that the next Congress and the next administration will work with law enforcement. Yeah, law enforcement. They enforce laws. They are just doing their job. Law enforcement will work with the next administration, as Senator Sessions did in 2000, instead of against us, because we are the ones that draw the chalk outlines around your body after you are no longer occupying your meat suit. We are the ones that make a mess of your home and put all kinds of dust and question you and possibly assault you in the process when we come to investigate after you've called us for help. And we assume that you're the bad guy because, well, you called us and we're having a little bit of a road rage issue right now. Yeah. Stop working against us. Just do as we say, not as we do. Because we're the only ones that can get away with that shit. Because we have a badge, and it's ever so shiny. Not a single major law enforcement organization supported legislation ending the equitable sharing program, and that's no way to begin. Well, you know what? It's like expecting Congress to fix itself. It's like expecting any kind of conglomerate that is not responsible for its actions to fix itself. And they don't have to be responsible for their actions because you keep electing these fuckheads. Even if you don't believe, because presidential elections, those are selections. Those have been selections for a long time. Local area, I can see where voting can make a difference. Once you start getting on the national level, I really don't see that it makes a difference anymore. I really don't. And people that keep putting these pieces of shit in office when you complain about them constantly, this horrible, nasty piece of shit that does not represent we the people in their district, and yet you keep putting them back in office. Y'all keep asking for term limits. You know what a term limit is? Voting against the incumbent. That's a term limit. One term and done. That's term limits. Don't expect them to pass a piece of legislation that takes them away from the public tit. They're not gonna do it. They aren't. It's called self-preservation for them. Do you really? It's human nature. They are going to do whatever it takes to stay where they are being fed, where they are comfortable. And so long as you keep allowing them to stay there, and you are allowing them to stay there, when you do not vote for the incumbent, even if the even if the person that the incumbent is running against is a frickin' chimpanzee or a donkey or a dead cat for that matter, vote for them as opposed to the incumbent. Get that incumbent out, because once they've been in there one term, they have figured out the ropes. Second term is just cementing their connections. And once they're connected, play hell getting rid of them. Unless you vote them out. Period. And yes, Demon Atrax, Demon Atrax says every state, county, city, and township has been incorporated. Actually, where I live, it is not incorporated. This means that all law enforcement hired by these corporations are private mercenary armies. They are paid contractors for a private army in 100% violation of the Bill of Rights and Constitution. All law enforcement violates the oath they take as soon as they take it. As soon as they go out and start just doing my job. Just doing my job. And that's one of the wonderful things about where I live. It is unincorporated. And there are quite a few little places that are unincorporated. We don't have law enforcement here. I mean, yeah, the county has a county sheriff, but he really doesn't want to come over here. He would just as soon we settle our disagreements amongst ourselves with the least amount of bloodshed. And for the most part, we do. I mean, he's been over here once in the last 2 years, and I wasn't even home for it. I missed all the fun. Damn it. So, yeah. Police yourself, people. You really don't need them. Learn to get to know and make a bond with your neighbors. Develop a relationship with them. Get to the point where you can trust each other, to take care of each other, to have each other's back. That is how you survive, is by making bonds with people. And you behave in a trustworthy manner, and they behave in a trustworthy manner. That's how you build trust. And then you can take care of yourself. And you don't need to call someone else. I cannot believe this whole equitable sharing program. They always have such wonderful, and as George Carlin put it, the more syllables they have in it, then the worse off you're going to be. I mean, that's pretty much the way it equates. Equitable sharing program. In other words, we take your shit and we divvy it up amongst ourselves. That's what they call equitable sharing. Let's just do without that, shall we? Thank you, Grim, for sharing that. Truly do appreciate it. Let's see. I got some notifications on Facebook. Let me check that. My brother Danny. Hi, brother Danny. Okay, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. What did you have to say, brother? Oh. Okay. Go see what's going on. Oh, nobody's up. And Deliftics just left Crush and Run about 19 minutes ago. Dang. Okay. I am going to go and check out Oopie. Because I haven't been to Oopie for a while. And yum, time is flying, let me tell you. On this WHACK-A-DOODLE Wednesday. And yes, Frumpy, I have to put doodle on the back of just about everything. Ooh, okay. I'm just going to read you some of these headlines, and then when one just jumps right out at me and makes me have to go there, then you'll know, won't you? CraigsList ad offers plastic bags for sale filled with free marijuana. Oh, you know I gotta go there. You know I do. Over here on Oopie, in their odd news section. This is in Boston. Several Massachusetts CraigsList ads have appeared offering empty bags for sale with an additional gift of free marijuana. One listing offered various sizes of plastic bags, ranging in price from $20 to $90, while also advertising various strains of dispensary-grade marijuana as free gifts along with the purchase. What an ingenious thing. I'm selling you an empty bag. Marijuana placed in that empty bag is simply a legal gift, one listing states, not connected in any way to any sale. Well, see, they are just gifting. They're paying it forward. Isn't that sweet? The listings began appearing after a ballot question was approved allowing adults over 21 to possess and grow small amounts of marijuana in Massachusetts, although the sale of marijuana is still not permitted in the state. Northwestern District Attorney David Sullivan told NEPR the seller's attempts to circumvent the law by offering the marijuana as gifts are misguided. Says you. Y'all know how to twist the verbiage. Y'all know how to tweak and spin the law. It's being done right back at you and you don't like it so much, do ya? Oh, apparently the ads are illegal, he said. To say that an empty bag costs $350 is ridiculous. I think it's a clear fraud on its face. No, it is not a fraud. It is only a fraud if you are selling something that to someone and lying about what you're selling to them. If they know that they are purchasing an empty bag, if you have just told them, itemized, how much air might possibly be in that bag. If you stipulate, I am selling you an empty bag. It's an empty baggie, but it's a really nice empty baggie. It's a freezer Ziploc, super heavy duty baggie. Yeah, it costs $350, but since you're going to pay that price for that fancy schmancy heavy duty Ziploc baggie, for this time, for a limited time only, I'm going to throw in some free grass clippings. It's free grass. That's all you got to say. You don't have to say marijuana. Just say it's free grass. I'm just giving you some grass. You can use it for mulch. You can use it for all kind of things. Oh, see? See, Demon Atrax has got this down. He knows. You're going to sell me this baggie and gift me some carrots and tomatoes. And see, that is just absolutely awesome. Because how did you know that I am out of tomatoes and carrots? So see, I'm getting a gift that will keep on giving. That's just too cool. And same thing with this. It's the gift that keeps on giving. And you know what's even cooler about that empty bag is it's recyclable. You can reuse it. Corey Hampton, the person behind one of the CraigsList, told NEPR by text, his friends checks the IDs of the buyers to ensure that they are all over 21 in compliance with the law, and said it was a shame that law enforcement would look to impede the sale of marijuana. Don't say it's marijuana. Just simply don't put that in there. Say, I'm selling you this empty bag, and as an added gift, for packing purposes, I'm going to put some grass packing material inside of it so that your bag is not damaged in shipment. See, you just gotta know how to word it. I just think it's foolish to waste any money, any more of the taxpayers' money on a harmless plant that helps people, which I think it's absolutely asinine as well. But it is a control mechanism. That is what it is. They are controlling you, or trying to control you. But that tipping point is very close on this one. Very close. I'm really glad I came to OOPI because that's a fun little article. Plastic is bad stuff. But, Chloe, what if that plastic is made from completely biodegradable materials? Maybe it is. And maybe they're just using that grass as packing material to keep, so that your bag made of completely biodegradable. It's near hops. Oh, okay. Thank you, Demon Atrax. The bag is made of completely biodegradable, and the packing material is also biodegradable or consumable if you wish to consume it. It is completely non-toxic, safe for the environment, and it's just packing material to ensure that your bag that you paid for is not damaged in the shipping process. There you go. See? I figured it out. That's a good, I need to get a hold of this young man and just let him know. He needs to advertise it as, I'm selling you this baggie and I will not charge you for the packing material. It's just that simple. You don't need to stipulate what kind of packing material it is. You can just let them know it's completely biodegradable, non-toxic. There's a way to word this to get around it. They like playing word games. Let's play some word games. I'll play word games with them. I like Scrabble. Oh, Chloe's Googling. Chloe is the Google queen, let me tell you. And that's awesome. Check it out, sweetheart. Anything I say, anything I tell you, just because I believe it doesn't make it so. It is my belief. And beliefs are basically just a thought that I have grown accustomed to. It has become a habit for me to constantly think it. Therefore, I believe it. They are my beliefs. I happen to share them with you. And if you don't like my beliefs or if you're uncomfortable with my beliefs, that's okay. You don't have to accept them. You don't have to take them. I'm just putting them out there. If they're still on the doorstep when I come home, that's okay. I'll bring them back in the house with me. No big deal. I'm good with that. And you know what? Checking out stuff, that's awesome. You know, you need to trust people. I do believe you need to trust people. You need to learn to trust people simply for the simple fact that in the process of learning to trust others, you first have to trust yourself. You have to trust your own judgment. So I think learning to trust yourself by showing that you make good judgment calls on trusting people, which means you have to learn how to read people. You know, all kinds of stuff going in on that one. But, you know, even though you trust people, don't take what they say at face value. Look it up for yourself. You know, that's one of the things that I heard today. I listen to an awful lot of videos while I'm doing paperwork. And one of the things that I heard today, there was someone that was asking a question about, you know, the Christ entity or individual, however you wish to put that, and you know, if what you put out there is what comes back at you, and yet the Christ entity or individual was supposed to have been such a good person, then how did such bad stuff come back at this good person if what you put out there is what will come back to you? And it really was a very good question, and it really made me ponder because I hadn't thought of it like that. But the answer was, just because you read it in a book doesn't make it so. If you were not there to witness what was going on, you can't really know. So you're basing your opinions, you're basing your beliefs on what someone else is telling you. And if you're not sure that you believe what someone else is telling you, or if what someone else is telling you just doesn't sit well with you, then that's your gut telling you to research, to check it out, to see what the hell is going on. I don't know that I believe what you're spewing. And that's a good thing. You should do that. You should always ask questions. Don't ever stop asking. Don't ever stop questioning. That's what helps your mind expand. It's a wonderful thing. Okay, I gotta find the little doobie dude. Doobie doobie dude. Okay, there's Rob's bubbler dude. And there's doobie doobie dude. And here's the puff puff pass dude. Just because you're going to have a lot of packing material that you're going to have to find some kind of purpose for after purchasing that high quality bag. It's a high quality bag. Honest and for true. Okay. trust no one. I have no freaking clue what you're talking about here, except for hotel staffing agency. I see that. IB Don C is back. Hi, IB Don C. Okay. That's true, Chloe. And you know what? Every time I learn something new, I find out just how little I actually knew. And that's the fun thing. You know, because just when I think I know something, then someone else shares something that makes me go, huh? And so I start doing some research. And then I find out that what I thought I knew wasn't really what I thought I knew. But now I know something different that has built on what I thought I knew. It's kind of cool. It's like playing with Legos in your mind. You just keep building and building and building and building. It's way cool. Oh, biodegradable plastics. Booyah! See? There you go. Now, Chloe, you need to let that young man in that article on that CraigsList thing, just tell him. Biodegradable plastic containers. These are very good for the environment. Yes, they cost a little bit more because it's a startup company and all this other fun stuff, but it's a very good quality product. And because it is a biodegradable plastic container, then the most awesome thing in the world is we are going to use a biodegradable, environmentally friendly, non-toxic packing material to hold that biodegradable container inflated so that it is not damaged during the shipping process. See? There you go. Young man on CraigsList, I hope you hear this. Because I just solved your problems of the world. Just saying. That's cool, Moosey. And see, people need to use biodegradable plastic. And that's another one of those things from George Carlin. George Carlin said that he pondered one in one of his shows. I wonder if maybe the reason why the earth allowed human beings to infest it is because it needed to have plastic. And the only way it could get plastic was if human beings were here. It was a rather messy process to go through. But there you go. And now humans are starting to develop biodegradable plastic, which is eco-friendly, which makes Mama Earth happy. And now, it's kind of like why I let my children live through puberty, so I could have grandchildren. Mother Earth has let us survive this long, let us infest her for all of this time, and now it's starting to pay off. Biodegradable plastics. There you go. I just solved another problem. And I'm not even drinking any adult beverages. Damn. I'm just overachieving tonight, gotta tell you. It's because of the button pushing faux pas earlier in the evening. That's what did it. You have a button pushing problem and then you fix it and booyah. Okay. I'm going to go back to Oopie. Because that was such a good article. I need to go back and see what else I can find. No, I'm not going to read about the snakes that are eating snakes or the alligator and the snake that are wrestling. I'm not going to read about those things because I'm not crazy about snakes or spiders. Not at all. Although I do like salamanders and lizards. Go figure. And mice are cute so long as they're outside. How about this one? Texas prankster purportedly tricks neighbor into tossing self-aware printer. I'm thinking this is a no, not W.C. Fields. What's that? P.T. Barnum said that. There's a sucker born every minute. So, a Houston man tweeted the saga of how he purportedly got a free printer by pranking a neighbor who failed to secure his network connection. That's funny. Blake Messick, excuse me, 18 of Houston, tweeted December the 30th that he noticed a neighbor had a new wireless printer on an unsecured connection. So he instructed it to print the message, "Hello, I am your printer. I have become self-aware. Run!" The prank took an unexpected turn the following day when Messick discovered his neighbor had put the printer out by the curb. Update: my neighbor has thrown out the printer. A third tweet shows the printer now in Messick's home with the text, "Thanks, neighbor," superimposed on the image. Oh my God, that is funny. And that's the story of how I got a free printer. Messick said he probably won't keep the printer. I'll probably just return it once all of this blows over, he told BuzzFeed. I'm sure my neighbor will have a laugh about it once he sees what a sensation it's become. Or maybe not. Is your neighbor a law enforcement officer? Please make sure he's not in that occupation before you go to return it. Because if your neighbor is in law enforcement of any way, or if your neighbor is prone to calling 911, you may want to just keep the printer because it may just be your life. That is funny though. Wow. Wow. Very, very funny. Okay. Plastic beer can holders. What? Now, if they make biodegradable plastic beer can holder thingies, that would be cool. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Trust no one is having a really good time jibber-jabbering about is that the hotel you work at, honey? I don't know. I don't know if you're listening or not, but that's okay. You just keep on, sweetheart. Whatever floats your boat. 'Cause like I said early on in the show, I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Okay. This is just too funny. Now, moving along. I got to keep that link open. Well, maybe I'll just share that on Facebook real fast, cuz if I go back then I'll lose it. So, hey, wait a minute. Oh no, that's Oklahoma. No, it is Houston. Okay. I'm going to have to contact one of my cousins who lives down in that neck of the woods and say, did this happen to you, honey? And my dang, what the hey? I forgot to turn the volume down on that. Oops. Okay. Back to Oopie. And then I think I'll do one more, and then I'm going to go to the pig, because I want to see what happened this day in history. Woo! Okay, here's one to tug at your heartstrings, or I sure as hell hope it does. Dog abandoned in crate on side of Florida road was rescued. Let's see. A caring citizen helped rescue a dog that was abandoned on the side of a busy road in Florida. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office shared a photo of the small dog who had been left alongside a local road until Patrolman Officer Lind arrived to rescue it. Well, that's what you're supposed to do, dude. You shouldn't be getting accolades for what you're... That's called doing the job you're supposed to do, sweetheart. Someone left this little dog on the side of a busy road in a crate with no food or water. That's bullshit. Apparently the little guy had been there for a few days as he was so very scared and hungry, which, yeah, whoever did that, now see, this is whatever you put out there should return to you. So when you find whoever did this, number one, let's bring back the stocks, and I'm not talking about stock exchange, I'm talking about the stocks that they used to put people in. When they did something wrong, you had to sit there for a day or for a week or what have you, with your head and your arms in there, or your legs in there, or all of those parts in the stocks, and you just had to sit there for a while. It was a public shaming kind of thing. I don't have a problem with bringing that back. I think maybe this individual that did this to this puppy needs to be put in that spot on the side of a very busy highway in the stocks. And they need to be there for a couple of days just to find out how fun it is. And if people should happen to drive by and throw empty beer cans at them, so be it. If people should happen to drive by and throw rotten fruit at them, so be it. Maybe, just maybe, they'll learn a little life lesson and won't repeat that moronic behavior. Maybe. Apparently this Good Samaritan contacted the police and Officer Lind arrived at the scene to pick up the abandoned animal. Why didn't the Good Samaritan pick up the animal? Not much of a Good Samaritan as far as I'm concerned. Oh wait, I cannot put on others what I would do myself. That really isn't fair. I would have picked up the critter. I should not shame others for not doing what I would do. Apparently this little critter is now in the Animal Care and Protective Services getting the best care and will be in a safe forever place soon, said the Friends of Jacksonville Animals, Inc. And that's awesome. I'm glad that they rescued the little fur baby. I think whoever did that to that little fur baby needs to be drop kicked through the goalposts of life, or at least put in the stocks on the side of the road. Okay, Tessa left, and now Tessa 1 is back, and now Tessa 1 is gone. Tessa, hon, are you having issues, sweetheart? Okay. Ding a ding dang, your dang dang long ding dong, huh? Whatever, Grimmy. I don't think I understood any of that, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to go to the pig. I only got about 15 minutes left, so let's go check out pigazette.com and those whack-a-doodle guys, Hambo and Porcus. Or Porcos and Hambo, however you wish to do it. Hambo and Porcus is in alphabetical order, though, so, just saying. And I actually have known Hambo, or kind of sort of known Hambo, longer than Porcus, so. Okay, the word of the day over here in Pigville, USA, is polar shift. Not to be confused with the impending reversal of the Earth's magnetic field. It's what's going on when a baseball pitcher grabs his junk and shifts it from one side to the other. Ah, I did not know that, Hambo. Thank you ever so much for explaining that to me. In quotable quotes today, politics is the art of looking for trouble, finding it everywhere, diagnosing it incorrectly, and applying the wrong remedies. Groucho Marx. Bada bing, bada boom. Wow. Couldn't have said it better, Groucho. And today's question, isn't congressional ethics an oxymoron? Why, yes, it is. And thank you for posing that little philosophical quandary for us, or query, I should say. Okay, this date in history, January the 4th, 1809. The man who developed a reading system for the blind, Louis Braille, is born in Couvray, France. Is that where it was? And the rest of his life is characterized as bumpy. You guys are so witty. This date in history, January the 4th, 1887, when his when his boredom reached critical mass, a Mexifornian named Thomas Stevens becomes the first person to bicycle his way around the world. Wow. Wow, that's really bored. And really wanting to see the world at all costs. And finally, this date in history, January the 4th, 1960. Queen of Muscle Babe Hotness, Corey Miss Olympia Everson, born in Wisconsin. There you go. That was this date in history, according to piggazette.com. There's all kinds of fun stuff over here, so come on over and check it out. You never know what might just trip your trigger. Okay. Let me see. I have some notifications. Cowboy and Grimmy. Hi, guys. What's going on over here? Excuse me. Oh, it's a YouTube. Oh, wow. Dang, trust no one. That really sucks. Can't get people to clean rooms. And you know what? That really isn't that hard of a job. I used to do that. Actually, there was a point where I worked, I was not real pleased with where I was working. So I said, you know what? I'll just go clean rooms. Because I did that in high school and right out of high school. Cleaned rooms on weekends and had another job during the week. And yeah, it's not that difficult. What the hell? Oh, wait, there's too many people out there that believe it's beneath them. Do you not realize, everybody that says a certain job is beneath them, you need to stop and realize just exactly how quickly the wheels of the corporate mechanism would stop if, let's say, the janitorial system just shut down, just said, fuck you, we're not doing anymore, we're not playing anymore, we're not going to come clean your offices anymore. Do you have any idea how quickly things would shut down? It's kind of like when you look at the human body and that old story of which one, the internal organs were complaining and bragging about who was more important. The brain said it was, the heart said it was, the lungs said it was, the stomach said it was. And all of them laughed like maniacs when the sphincter and the large intestine pretty much went, no, we are. The rest of the body laughed and laughed until the large intestine and the sphincter decided to stop working. Didn't take long for the rest of the body to realize that if you don't have cleanup crews tending to shit, things are going to go to shit. That is a very key job. There is no such thing as a job that is beneath someone. There is such a thing as someone that thinks they are above getting dirty. Sometimes you got to get dirty. And Moosey, you know what? Cleaning hotel rooms really wasn't that bad. And I mean, 20 years ago, actually, was the last time I cleaned hotel rooms. Spare money on weekends when the ex was laid off and all that fun shit. And yes, people are gross, but you know what? You get into a zone when you do it. And I do not leave a mess when I have a motel room, because I used to do that, so I don't leave a mess. And you'd be surprised how many people don't leave a mess, too. I mean, yeah, there are assholes that leave a total fucking mess, but you'd be surprised how many don't. So, that's a very, very necessary job. So, In any case, y'all been listening to Grammy's Rocket Chair here on RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 3, also on the RLMRadio.xyz site, the RLM TuneIn radio station, the RLM Internet radio station, the RLM Spreaker channel, and later to be on the RLM SoundCloud channel. I have been your hostess with the mostest, not real sure what I've been the mostest of yet, although my muchness has been flying loud and strong tonight. Grammy Mary, and I will be back on Friday. Same whack-a-doodle time, only it'll be a freaky time for Friday. There is nothing going on tomorrow night that I know of. But Friday, I will be here. Directly following me will be at Trax with his Traxian music. And directly following him will be Grimner and Moosey. Do you have a concert this weekend, or was that last Saturday? If it's Grimmy and Moosey, it'll be the Freakers Ball. If it's just Grimner, it will be Balls to the Wall. Then on Saturday, the Dork Table will be back at its regularly scheduled time with myself and Flash-a-Rooney Dork. And directly following us will be the debut of Rob Works with Smoke and Mirrors. Then, at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, will be Kira with The Bridge, and Saturday evening will be Bo Diddy with some bodacious tunage. Sunday at noon Eastern Time is Grimner with The Blues that will lead you into Hal Anthony, where he's going to take you around behind the woodshed and open up a can of mental whoop-ass on yo ass. Because Hal is one sharp cookie, and yeah, it'll leave a mark. Trust me, if you pay attention, it will leave a mark. So, let me see. I do have just a few more minutes. Yay, Moosey will be here, so it will be Freakers Ball. Awesome! Let's see. Oh, 100% The Cure show for you. Booyah! How awesome. That's cool, Demon Atrax. Thank you for that heads up. Appreciate it immensely. Okay. Also, if you haven't joined over here on Freedom's Network, it's kind of it's not like Facebook, and yet it is. You know, it's a social site, and it's cool, and there's some really smart people over here, and they smell, I have no idea. It's not smell-o-vision. And they share some really, really awesome stuff. And you know, you'll find just about anything. So, Dawn, you weren't listening? Shame on you. Oh, Demon Atrax will cure your ills. Hey, there you go. I like that. That is bonus. That's a good little hook there. Use that, Demon Atrax. You'll need that hook. That's a good one. Grimmy, see, that's why we keep Grimmy around. He always comes up with that cool shit. Okay. Let me entertain you. I'm going to go look at FARC real fast, because I do have just a few more minutes to loiter, lollygag, be obnoxious, all that fun stuff, because, you know, it is kind of fun to be obnoxious. What? Okay. Which diet and fitness plan is right for you? Take the quiz. What's the quiz? Where is the quiz? There is no quiz. No, I'm not doing that I'm not doing that shit. I thought maybe it would be fun, because the FARC headline was, this pointless waste of time quiz won't help you a bit. So I thought, okay, that sounds kind of cool. Map of U.S. states by recent population growth. Is your state being fled, flocked, or simply farked? Oh, let's see. Let's see. Do we have an influx or an outflow? Utah is growing quickly while West Virginia is losing people. This according to the U.S. Census Bureau, which I've gotten 2 of those goddamn obnoxious things in the mail. And I thought, oh, it's some frickin' thing that I'm going to have to fill out. No, it tells me to go to a website. And it's like, why? Why? But it's the law. But you have to do it. Really? Really? Most states added population from some combination of net births minus deaths, international immigration, and domestic immigration. International immigration. Yeah, I like how they see. You just add a few more syllables and it becomes even more detached. That's how that works. 8 states, West Virginia, Illinois, Vermont, Connecticut, Wyoming, Pennsylvania, Mississippi, and New York saw a net loss of population. So here's each state percentage growth. Hey, my state grew 0.02%. Alrighty. And Colorado grew do you have a, I'm going to click on this, see if it'll get bigger. Because I have eyes that are not necessarily seeing it real clear. Don't you know? And I don't want to put my cheaters on. Whoops, something went wrong. Well, fuck you two. Okay, it looks like Colorado gained 1.68%. That's all? Wow. That's not very much. I'm going to go ahead and share this with you. And, oh, look at the time. I'm going to have to fly. Got to kick in the boosters. Get my butt out of here, and maybe, just maybe, I'll warm something up around here too. That would be cool because it's supposed to get fucking cold tonight. Let's see. It's 3.8 degrees Fahrenheit where Demon Atrax lives, and it's snowing like a motherfucker. I don't want that. I don't want that snow. It's supposed to do that here too, and I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm going to la 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 and make it go away. Oh well. Y'all have an absolutely awesome rest of your evening. I will see you again on the radio, or at least